Alright, welcome back everyone. It's day 2 of our, Magic Book House miniature house build. This is day 1. Took me about an hour to build these 5 pieces, but I think today we're going to pick up the pace quite a bit. There's not nearly as many intricate little bitty teeny tiny things to deal with today. I think these turned out acceptable. I'm not loving the flowers, but I think some of them are better than others, but I think at a glance at this scale, if I position them just right, they'll be okay. These look better, and these actually do go front and center on those 2 little ones, and this one just hard to mess up. It's just from the fun little doodad. I'm not even sure what the purpose of that one is, but we got that far. Anybody who's new here, what I do is I just buy these sets, and I build them in real time and let you ride along with me. You get to see all my successes and failures and see how I hopefully fix my failures. And without any further ado, I'm ready to get on to the next little piece. So let's get going. Okay, so first step, next step, first step today, next step in general is building a lantern. The hard part on these is always the handle. That's where I usually end up saying just never mind, I won't do it, but I'll make the effort as usual. I don't think, I'm trying to see where that's, it's not actually hanging up in the air, so I'm gonna make an effort at it, and I probably won't go as intricate as they did because they got like a little dip in the middle of their handle, but I'll make a run at it, see if I can't get it to go. And of course, dealing with wire like that means going to have some Bondit on later today if I succeed in making it. But I'm going to actually go back to that little, I don't know if you call it a technique or not, but where I did it yesterday, where I glued down the base to the thing and then built up from there, because that really worked good on those last couple of potted plants I did. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my B7000. It is 7000, not 70. And sort of tack this guy down to our acrylic here. I think I'm going to, if I can pick it up. Get some tweezers. See if I can get a hold of it and try again there. Okay, so just maybe 3 or 4 dots. Just enough to sort of hold it down so I can get a fairly stable base on there. And then run a bead around that edge there. This clear bead goes on top. Okay. Then let's see, and another one on the inside here. And that goes on top of that. Okay. Then this little cap drops down in the middle there. Get some strings on here, but this one's heavy enough where I'm not dragging them around. So this is freaking me out how good this is working on. It makes me feel bad that I hadn't thought of this a long time ago. Okay. Got a little crooked on that one. Let me put my glue up for a second here. And I can't. I'm probably about to wreck the whole thing, but it's better. Okay, let's see if it'll let me pick it up here. Well, there's where we are so far. Now, a little gold bead goes. No, it's not supposed to fit in there. That may be the wrong. Yeah, it shouldn't have gone down in there. There's a smaller one of those dealios. So let me fish my bead out here too. And okay, no, that's not it. This is the only one I see. Is there a bigger bead, maybe? No. Maybe sort of one. Let me stop this for a second and see if I can't find the right piece here. Okay, I found this was not in the set. This is one of the spare pieces I had left over from another set, but this one actually, I think this is the size it's supposed to be because it actually works in the way that it's as advertised, I guess you'd say. So I am going to sub this one in and go from there. So pop that down in there. And a little more on the top here. And now get a bead to stick on there. Okay. And that's where that one ended up at. Which, like I say, now that I'm doing this, I feel sort of silly that I haven't thought of anchoring this stuff down, because that was much easier to do than in previous attempts. Of course, like I said, this is the most difficult part, making this, like I say, and they went all out with, like I say, the extra little hook and deal. So I'm not going to try that. I'm just going to go hope for a round hook where I can just mount it to either end. I'm not so arrogant that I think that I would be able to get that to work for me. And in all honesty, every lantern I've ever had that the handle has gone to the top. So I'm making the executive decision right here, right now, that I'm just going to go from here to here with it. So let me see, about like, yeah, so that will be enough for me. Snip it off right there. Put you back into appropriate tray. Okay. Now, let's see here. The arc roll do, I think. Good approximate size, sort of get a rounded edge, I hope. Yeah, take a little bit off that side. And maybe a tad more. Okay, that seems pretty close. And now, let's see here. No. Okay, got a paper towel here because this is always a little messy when I first open it up. Okay, let's do a dribble on that side. Okay. Doesn't work. Oh, I sort of doubt I'm going to be steady enough to do this, but maybe. Both sides. Alright. I think I got that side in now. Over here. On both sides, maybe. That'd be nice. And hit it with the UV. Seconds either there and there. Okay. And I think got us a lantern. I say I'm very pleased. I say it's just so simple to do this, and you know, we just got to push it off at the bottom and it pops right off. Like those ones I did yesterday was perfect. Okay, where'd that come from? Oh, okay. All right, so on to our next bit. I think I can do without my, whoops, get to make another one of these dealios, which, you know, after last night, except this one doesn't even get leaves, so it's even easier. So in theory, line these guys up, thread them through, get all three of them to come out. Yeah, got one's not cooperating, but I can see it. There's, oh. Alright. Okay, took this guy down too far, I think. I think it's okay. I think these will need glue in there now that they're a little bit without the leaves. They're a little bit looser. So get the old Turbo Tacky. And back it out just a little bit more. See the drop in there. And work in and spin it, I think. I'm going to let that set up on its side. And I'll go back later and trim the roots out of it, I guess. Okay, so that's effectively done. But so moving right along, I think, oh, they're escaping. Okay. Onto, I guess this is liquor bottles, maybe. Fancy. Oops, and I forgot. Oh, come back here. Don't spill them. Got one more. Need this one. One more piece I missed. Okay. I think I'll go back to the... I'll set you over there. And... like I say, just a couple of drops on either side, just to tack it down, I think. I don't think I need to with the square one, but I'll hit it with one drop just to make sure, keep it stabilized. Still need those. Then this guy goes on top of the round one, so beat around there. And okay, come on. I think I got a burr on the bottom of the round one. It's sort of rocking a bit more than it should. Oh, good. Let's see. It's supposed to, can't remember, does that have? Yeah, it does have a hole down the middle. Okay. Okay. So, I'm going to set this one up like so, I think, and let it, it's not, it doesn't feel like it's grabbing on real good there, so let me throw a bit more on here. Okay. And that's that. And it's crooked again. I don't think those are intended to be fit together. But I think maybe I need to find a way to set it straight up and down. I don't think it's meant to be, but I think it'll pass muster whenever we get it. So let me find a way to. Okay, I just put that. I got a spot where I can slide it inside of a box there. Keep it upright. Okay. Now just drop that one onto our square one. Hopefully. Get a little more. And try. Yeah, that fit in there better on that one. A little more solid. Fit into the hole more appropriately. And I'll probably break those apart whenever I break them off that toothpick, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But I'm actually just going to keep moving down because the next piece is another one to build up from the bottom. And also another one I forgot. Piece 4C. That's another. Oh, this one too. I'm pretty sure. This one shouldn't be an issue because this rests on top of that one. Where this was one of those, that big one where the gold one went into it, over on the lantern. Okay, let's tack this guy down. And this goes on top of that one. And then this one goes into and then this gets top of that. It's going to be a minute before I lift that one up. It's not as secure as the others are. Got some strings to pop them off. I just saw a string over there. Alright. Cool. This is another string. Okay. Now this one, the next one, I'm sort of not sure about. Seem supposed to. Oh. Mirror, or this thing goes in the frame, our little prism sequin thingamajigga, and then that stands up on this. So this is gonna stick out the bottom. It doesn't sleeve in there good, so I will be able to put a reasonable amount of glue, on there. So I think that might be enough to support it on the base here. So let's start with that. Let's stay with the teeny tiny pieces. So stick with the B7000 because it's got that ultra small nozzle. You in here. Actually, I think I'll let that sit for a minute or two, sort of get tacky. I'll work on the next piece. I'll come back and try and get that onto the base here. So I'll stick you off to the side there. Alright. Okay, now moving on to a little more. There's some more particular stuff coming, but right now we're moving on to get to a couple of picture frames. So hopefully easy stuff, even though they're teeny tiny. So just got two old, I said, that'd be Victorian women. Sort of, I guess that's about that era. And of course, just you on there. And it is on there. The ultimate goal. So let's see if I can do this without getting too far. Yeah, there's a string there somewhere I can't see. Okay. I don't guess she has to be right side up. That was just sort of. Okay. I'll see if I can just hit 4 dots. The top, bottom, and sides. Don't want to. No, it's coming with me. Stay. Okay, just slide you into place then. Make sure you're not sticking to the paper background. Appears to be floating pretty good, so let's set you off to the side. Move over to this one. Let's see here. We'll do you instead. Okay. And she appears to not be sticking either, so let her aside. Excellent. Okay, it's been a minute. Let's see if this is. I can break this free without breaking it all apart now. Maybe. Huh, it did stay together. Excellent. I'm going to still hopefully tack it back down to the bottom. Set it on the tray just to make sure it stays upright and hopefully upright. Okay. Okay, make sure. And they're still sliding around pretty freely, so I'm thinking they're okay. So I'm gonna slide them over onto the tray as well. And I think I'm gonna try one more thing before I go back to my little mirrored bauble thingamadoodle. So, alright, gotta get to make a couple of candlesticks. Okay, and first thing, gotta cut this one in half, or half-ish. Oops. Upright. That's a pretty good mark on it. And get my pocket knife would make short work of this if I know it's sitting right here in front of me, but I'm not seeing. Ah, yep, there it is. Groove. Thought it would make short work of it. Okay, try again. Alright. Now, I'm supposed to sort of sharpen the edges, make it look like a point. I don't think I'm doing a very good job of it. Basically, I think you're just supposed to scrape the veneer off the outside. Get it a little bit of rounding. It's not going to focus on that, is it? Yeah. I think I'm going to say I'm satisfied with that, even though I'm not. Put you back. But I'm going to, like I've been doing, just keep tacking these guys down and working our way through here. Because, like I say, that seems to be, I may regret it when I start trying to take these pieces off, but so far this seems ideal. Just a couple of dots there and there. And next part of our candlesticks. On top of that, that. And I think the actual candlesticks going in there is also going to be a job for Bondic. That a little bit better centered. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I think a little puddle of Bondic in the bottom of these, and then trying to plant the candlesticks is going to be the way to go with this. So let's find out. Spread it around a little bit. Both sides. Yeah, that seemed to work actually. I'll be honest, a little surprised. But I'll take a win. Okay. Alright. Okay, my picture of the ladies are still flowing. That guy got some glue on the bottom, it looks like. So. But it should. I just undid it. Okay. Yeah, let's see if I clean that off because it got over into the edge there. So that's okay. That didn't work. But in the meantime, making some pieces now. Already made more than I did yesterday. In what, half the time? We should scrape off pretty easily, I think. Maybe switch over to Turbo Tacky for this part then. Yeah, I should have lifted it face up so that couldn't contaminate this part. Because this piece based on the picture is pretty front and center, so you do want these to be fairly clean. Alright, so let's try. Actually, I'm not. Yeah, that's what I did wrong. I need to leave it like that rather than the other way. That's where I got the contamination. Okay, so let's try that instead. This time, put these pieces back in place. Up here where I can move them out of the way for continue working on the next one. Okay, so alright, so let's do that again. Just a little bit around the inside. Hopefully. Plop you down on there. Okay, leave you alone to sit for a minute. Okay. Again. Let's see. I'm gonna put her these. Okay, and my other one. I think that's already gotten to the point where it's dried enough, so I'm gonna snip the roots off the bottom of my pot. So that one's good to go. Now, it must be Bondic. Alright. And moving on. Still not sure what this one's supposed to be. Looks like it may be a cauldron or something, but I don't understand the copper coming out of it. But it's going to go back to the, this on mine was a little blemish on the bottom, so I'm going to definitely make that my bottom. But I'm going to want to do a good seal on this one, because I am going to do the thing where I put the turbo tacky on the inside. Okay, let's say I'm going to do the thing where I put the turbo tacky on the inside and then distribute my little copper rods in place. Although, looking at that, let me, where I cut them, got a little rough. Let's see if I can. Oh, that little flusher. Yeah, they get a little smoother on the top edge. Yeah. Yeah, just you know, slightly crimp the wire when I cut it, so I just like to make them even on one end. I'm not worried about both ends, because one of them's going to be down in the bottom of our cauldron or whatever that is. Okay. Now, let me say just a little drop of the glue down in the bottom. And it's evidently just supposed to be in there sort of randomly. Oh yeah, these tweezers are slightly magnetized too. I forgot about that. It's just a copper coating. It is a steel wire, obviously. Do one like that. Okay, now I'm going to throw some on top, I think. See if I can get a drop to fall in there. Okay, and that, I don't like a little separation between these two. Oh, y'all couldn't see that. I'm just trying to get these two guys to not be one. Yeah, that works for me. So yeah, okay, I'm still going to give this one a few more minutes. I'll just set it up there out of the way, because it's already time for another piece. And I get to do another bit of shrubbery here. I think I'm going to go over here on this one just to hopefully give myself a little more room. So, let's see, is any... Got some, got some details. I don't know if these are blemishes or not, though. So, but it's going to be another. I want to do another solid seal on it to get filled up with glue and the whole thing again. So it's a good bead all the way around. And also notice that this particular one is not straight. It's sort of curvy. Okay. Drop some in down through there. I think I need to get the air in. Okay. Trying to get some of the glue to not come up on the toothpick. Okay, and I'm going to turn back my trunk a little bit here. Give it a little more stem to actually go into the. And same on this one. Let's do 2 of them. I think the plan only calls for 1, but I think 2 looks better. Okay, so that's those last 2 pieces. All right, moving right along. Really, that's really pleased with tonight's progress. A lot less frustrating than I say. It's I'm not an origami specialist. Okay, so we're just building a little like stand for an orb here. So I don't think it's broke, so I'm not going to fix it. Just keep tacking these down and dollop on top and pop you in. I got more strings going everywhere here, but that was what that one was about. Okay, alright. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna. Okay, now this might be a little more interesting. Supposed to make a magnifying glass. I don't guess I need that on that one. Does it fit? Okay, so the lens does fit into there. And supposedly it's got a peel on it. The instructions say there's a peel. Yeah, looks like there is. I don't think if I can get any way to get it off of there without scarring up the. I'm not sure. I'm not convinced there is a peel. That's pretty clear. Yeah, I don't think. Let's see. I think they're telling tales. Yeah, I've decided there's not a peel on that one. Okay. Now the trick on this one. Actually, I guess I do need to put it. Oh yeah, and I did color in the sides with the marker. I meant to, as I usually do. I guess I do need to stick to the plastic on this one. So I don't know if I can put some, just a couple of drips in here. And then in there maybe. Spin it around, hold the plastic and hold the lens in place, and I'll move you. Okay. Okay. See, I got glue sort of, I don't know if it should, go ahead and put it, sort of sticking out there, so I'm going to try and flip it over to this side and hope for the best. Okay, there was a string attached to it somewhere. Okay. Now, the last piece I've actually got pulled for tonight, which I may go ahead and let me take a peek at the next page and see if I'm going to go any further than this. No, I think I'm going to wait. I think this will probably be it for tonight. I've still got to do that little gold thing anyway. So yeah, between these two, I think it'll be plenty enough for tonight. Okay, so get me this one. Let's do some dots. And you on there. Swirl you around a little bit. The glue and get you centered. Okay. And now for mounting it to its stand, I'm going to go back to the old reliable Gorilla Super Glue. It's actually supposed to go on the front side there. I was about to mount it to that, so I'm glad I took a second look. So I'm going to hit the top half of the slant here because I don't want to get any on towards the bottom. It goes on here and 10 seconds. Okay. And yeah, it does stand up. So we got our picture of our, it's not a sunflower, some kind of flower there. Oh, in good shape. Now we got one last. I'm actually, even though I think it's handleable, I'm going to give this another 10 or 15 minutes to dry in time to really make sure that glue's tight. And then I'm going to come back and try and mount it onto this. So I'll be right back with that. Okay, it's been more than 10 or 15 minutes. I admit I've been sort of thinking about how to manipulate this. It doesn't really want to stand. It sort of almost wants to stand up there, but we got, protrusions out the back, so I'm not sure how to get this propped up to let the glue set in. I don't have enough exposure there to get my Bondic in there. Although, wait a second. It's got the little burr right there. And it actually did just stand up in that thing. Y'all saw that, right? I wouldn't imagine in that. So, okay. Bring this guy back over again. And, yep, do the... Okay, so... Well, before I do this, let's do a quick look at everything else we've done today. Because this is gonna be the last of the setting things in. And then, of course, our picture frame and our other potted plant and our Victorian ladies in their frames. So, yeah, so we've made, quite a few pieces today. Got quite a good bit of progress. So I'm pleased about that. Set these back out of the way. And I managed to not glue my magnifying glass down to the plastic, so I'm glad for that too. These guys back out of the way. And then tack this guy down and see if I can make it work with that burr. Yeah, that's a happy accident there. I did not know that was going to stand up like that. So plop you down. And then, like I say, just set the, yeah, that's it. Just fair glob just all around that thing, I think. And okay. I'm not going to breathe on it too much. Or at all. All right. I don't even want to talk too loud about this thing now. I was not expecting that to work. I didn't. Just happy accident you find, which sometimes it's better be lucky than good. Right? All right. But anyways, folks, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Bye.